So you start at Zenless Zone 0, you kind of breeze through 1 through 20, and as you keep doing this story and you get closer to level 30, all of a sudden, you start to feel like you're inching along and can't get anywhere. Well, don't worry, you're not alone, because in those late 20 levels, I think that's where you're going to hit the first real bottleneck. It's not too bad, but you're definitely going to feel it, where you can't just keep doing story to progress. You're going to have to go out and find different ways to keep raising your level. So I wanted to share some ideas with you guys on what you could do if you are feeling pretty bottlenecked. There's some things that the game tells you about and some things that aren't so obvious. So let's get into it. So first of all, you're just going to want to keep pushing that story, right? If you have story to do, just go do it, because that's going to be the biggest help in progressing your account. If you are actually stuck, you've completed all the story you can do, I would then start looking for these little blue exclamation marks, right? Do this story. This is kind of a long running storyline here that I won't spoil for you guys. So you can look around just the overworld for these quests. You can also go into your Interknot level menu here, and seeing this notifications thing, you're going to find commissions here sometimes. There will generally be like an exclamation point here to tell you. One little tip you can do is you can go and filter it to help request info only. So see, these are all commissions that I've done, but sometimes you'll come here and you'll find ones that maybe you haven't clicked on. Next, I want to talk about your dailies, your weeklies, and also what you should be spending your battery power on. So of course, if you haven't done these for the day, just go ahead and complete them real quick. It's super easy in this game to get these done. And if you weren't sure about this, there's also a weekly errand that you can do. You can kind of choose which ones you want to do. As you can see, I chose to play 2 games at the arcade because it's a blast, and also just eat a bowl of noodles. There's some even easier ones, like snap a picture of a cat or something. So that's gonna net you an easy 300 XP there. Now let's talk about battery power, because of course this is going to be a great way to get XP as well. Every day, just make sure that you're never capped on this. Spend it as soon as possible if you want to boost your account as soon as possible, but I just want to make sure that you're spending it on the right thing, because when you get in the late 20s, you're going to have a few different options, and I think you can mess up if you spend it on the wrong stuff. You're going to unlock these routine cleanups, which are sort of like the artifact or relic domains of this game. They're the things that give you your gear that have stats on them to enhance your character's combat abilities. At this stage, you can only unlock these A rank ones, which are kind of like your 4-star ones if you're familiar with other games. And I'm going to say, maybe run these once when the story first introduces you to them, but past that, it is definitely not worth it, because these are not going to last you in the long run. What's more important and what's going to make your characters feel more powerful right away at this level is just making sure that, 1, they are all level 30. Make sure your main team is level 30. And then 2, making sure that their skills are maxed out. That is what I did from 20 to 30. That was my main priority, was making sure that my main team of Ellen, Lycan, and Sokaku, in that order, got leveled up and all their skills leveled up, right? So start with your main DPS. Make sure you're going to be able to get these to level 5. Obviously, mine are higher now because I'm higher level, but you'll be capped out at level 5. Get her to level 30, and then go to your stun character, whoever that is. Do the same for them. Maybe don't max out all of their skills. That's definitely not a requirement. And then your support character, right? That is going to give you the most power gains at this level and will outscale any of these little A and B rank artifacts that you get. So from 20 to 30, make sure you're always spending that battery power to get the XP, but make sure you're not wasting it and just focus on level up materials and skill materials. I also wanted to give a quick reminder that in this coffee shop, you can drink 1 coffee a day to get 60 extra energy. This is something that I forgot about when I was trying to get up to 30. So just a quick reminder, the game does tell you this, but I've totally forgot. This is free 60 energy right here. Make sure that you come get this. So you've progressed the story as far as you can. You've done all the commissions you can. You've done your dailies and weeklies. You've spent all your battery power, but you still don't have enough XP. What can you do next? Well, you might have seen this Hollow Zero mode. You unlock this in the story, and you might have thought, well, this is probably an end game thing that I'll engage with later once my characters are maxed. But I'm here to tell you that this is actually a way that you can keep progressing your account, because you're going to unlock these 2 first zones here, and you might think maybe they'll just get you some materials, but if you look here, they'll actually get you some more Interknot XP the first clear that you do. So 600 each. I did both of these, so that was a good 1200. And then of course this one too was another 600 on my first clear. And this is pretty easy. As long as your character's a level 30, you should be able to clear it. But that is going to get you an easy 600, and it'll also help you start leveling up your license level, is what they call it. And so this is like almost like a battle pass thing for, or I guess a progression system for Hollow Zero. But as you can see, each 6 levels you go up, you're going to get another 600 Interknot XP. So I have got it to 6, which is pretty doable if you have level 30 characters. And this is also something you should be doing weekly to maximize your rewards as well. So you can kind of knock out 2 birds with 1 stone there. If you're wondering about Shiu Defense, whether that has any XP rewards, unfortunately it does not. As you can see, I engaged with it. I spent like a good probably hour playing this and I had a ton of fun. So I definitely recommend you like take a break from just like trying to grind and maximize your account and do this, because this was the most engaging combat that I've done in the game so far. So if you've unlocked it, I would definitely give it a shot. But just so you know, it's not going to give you any XP rewards, just kind of like some monochrome and some general progression rewards. But unfortunately, no XP. Hey, if you're still a little short, the next major source of XP we can get is if we go to this video archive within your shop. We go in here and you should have 2 agent stories by now if you're done with chapter 2. And that is Soldier 11's and Nekomata's story. And each chapter in these stories, they both have 3, you're going to be able to get 400 XP from each. So if you clear all of these, if you clear all of Soldier 11's and all of Nekomata's, that's 2400 XP just sitting there waiting for you. If you are still starved, let me give you even more advice here. You might have forgot about this primer here up in the compendium. A lot of these you're just going to complete naturally, just progressing through the game, but there are some that kind of have you go out of the way. For example, like these ones to level up disk drives. I know I had to do that in my previous trial, and you might not have thought to do that, and that might be holding you back. So maybe you go do that, you complete that, get 100 XP, and you go to the next one and you have like, you know, 500 XP waiting for you there. So just double check this, make sure that you have maxed this out as far as you can. Now at this point, if you haven't reached level 30, I am very surprised, but I have one last tip for you if you're really desperate here, and that is to go around and collect these chests. You might not know because you're like thinking, oh, Zenless Zone Zero, this is an open world game, but we do have a few chests in this game. In fact, there's 20 in total, and each of them, as you can see, will give you 50 Interknot credits. So if there's 20, it's going to be a total of 1000 XP for your Interknot level if you collect all 20 of those. Now at this point in the game, you cannot access, I believe, like 6 of those. So technically at this point in the game, you can only get about 700 XP, but if you're still scrounging, that is a good sizable amount, and should be able to push you to that final level 30 that you're trying to get to. If you're still not level 30 at that point, I have some bad news. You may just have to log out and wait for tomorrow. But I believe if you follow all those tips, you go through all of those steps and make sure that you've done everything, you should be at level 30, right? Unless you're just trying to rush it in one day. I don't think it's possible to get from 1 to 30 in one day. So you may just have to wait just 1 or 2 days, right? But other than that, if you were looking for those last 2 levels and you didn't think of some of these things, I hope it was helpful to you. Let me know if it did. Also, if there's any methods that I missed, please let me know down in the comments and let others know, because I'm sure we're all scrounging for XP and we'd like to get as much as possible. But that is all I have for you guys today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm making ZZZ content all week, so stay tuned for more. I appreciate you watching this far. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.